Welcome back, everybody. So now we're going to start on our color theory. So essentially we're going to start with painting just because it's a lot easier to mix and blend the colors than it is with any other material. So at the top of your paper I need your name, your class period, and then you guys are going to get started with your painting. So if you guys have this brand, Prang, please make sure that you are using a lot more water than color, as it's also called watercolor, water's first. That is very important because this gets very sticky, and if I see that you guys have sticky paint versus dry paint and nice and smooth, I will be counting off on your guys' craft. That means that you weren't listening. Okay, so again with color, color is produced when light touching an object is reflected into the eye. So we have our color wheel in the center, and then we have all of these around the outside that are just like special mixes. You guys ask me how to mix them all the time, so we're just going to practice it right now. So we're going to start with our color wheel, and then we'll work on the ones on the outside. So again, with watercolor, you need a lot more water than color, so wet your brush first. And we're going to start with red. So I just grab a little bit and pull it up top. If it's really dirty up here, just let me know and I'll show you guys how to clean them off. So there's a lot of water here, there's not a ton of color, and I just fill in my space. If you need to grab more color, that's okay. It's just easier to do layers after versus just dumping in a ton of color and then like, oh, well, my paper's sticky. Okay, fine, whatever. And I'm also going to be paying attention to your craft of trying to keep inside your paint circles. Okay, I'm going to keep going down. Move over to my orange because it's already pre-mixed for me. That one's dirty. Let's move here. Fill my space nice and neat. Make sure your paintbrush is really small too. Don't just grab the biggest one that you see because that does not help you at all. Oops, a little bit too dark. If it ends up being too dark, you just dab your paintbrush in the water and then go back over it. If you make a mistake like a different color where it's not supposed to be, if it's still wet, you can take your tissue and actually like tap over the area, leave it there for a second or two, pull it back up, and most of it will come up. Okay, time for my yellow. Okay, nice and bright. Let's keep working on down. Got my green. And I always start on the edges because it makes it a little bit easier. Blue. Ooh, that was a lot too much. And the reason why I'm keeping them up top is because I'll show you guys what we're doing next. You guys will have to mix colors in between the colors, and having those up there all ready to go is going to make it a lot easier on you. Last but not least is violet. Okay. Clean up my paintbrush. Now I'm going to start working on the ones in between. So what happens in between, if it says RV, it just means red and violet. So these are called tertiary colors. These are the colors that are right in between the colors that we consider primary or secondary. So if it's red violet, I need to take red and violet and mix them together. Grab a little bit of red. Let's do it up here. Grab a little bit of violet because it's a darker color, and it should look almost like a grape color. Pop that right in between, and it's a nice just transition color in between them. Good morning. Next one we take is orange and red and mix them together. And it should be similar to a peach, just a little bit darker, just because we have a lot of red in there. A tad bit more. Fill that space in nice and neat. Next one is yellow and orange. So I take my yellow, a little dab of orange. This one should look like a pastel peach, really light. It needs to be a little bit darker, a little bit more orange. There we go. Next one is yellow and green. This one should look like a lime green color. Sorry that you guys missed out on some of that. So there's all my colors again. Next one after that is blue and green. This one should look very similar to turquoise, just a little bit darker. And last but not least is blue violet. I think I'm grabbing the wrong color, there we go. And this one should just look like a more rich version of violet. There's a lot of color in there. Maybe kind of like a denim. Okay, once you have all of these done, we're going to start on pink and gray up on top. So pink is just where you take a lot of red with a lot of water and only just a hair of color. That looks a little bit dirty. I guess that area wasn't clean enough. Right here. And just fill out your space. So it should be lighter than your red, just with a lot of water in there. Just a nice pastel pink. Okay. Now that one's all done. Gray is basically the same thing. I take black with a lot of water. And you will definitely need to know how to do this one because we're going to do tints, tones, and shades next time. Okay. Pull my paper up. My last two are brown and turquoise. Please don't use the brown that is inside the thing. I can tell exactly what color it is. You will need to grab all of your primary colors, so red, blue, and yellow. You will need more red and yellow, and just a little bit of blue, and that will make your brown. So red, yellow, and a little bit of blue. It should look almost like a lion's mane. Just so that you guys know how to mix different colors. That is always how you make brown. A lot of red and yellow, a little bit of blue. Just because blue is a really dark color and it overpowers everything. Okay, and for your turquoise, it's going to be similar to your blue-green. We're just going to add a lot of water to it because obviously we need it just to be a little bit lighter. So again, I go back to my blue-green that I have mixed here and have a lot more water in it. Do my edges. Finish that space. Once it's done, Please put on the drying rack according to your color table. And if you guys forget, just let me know. I'll be up there with you guys, just so we can get them dropped off properly so you guys have them again. So again, name up on top, color wheel, start at the primary colors, secondaries, and then work on the rectangles, our tertiary colors last. And then last is all of these on the outside, so our pink, gray, brown, and turquoise. Okay? If you guys have any other questions or need any help, please let me know by raising your hand. Thank you guys for watching.